I have 4 days until I go back to college and I cannot wait. Let me tell you, I was so excited to come home and see my family after, you know, my entire first semester of school. Dude, I am so ready to go back. Like, it's nice to come and visit for, you know, a week, but it's been like 2 months, so I want to go home. And by home, I mean school. And by school, I mean my own dorm room with all my stuff in it and my own bed so I can stop sleeping on the couch every night. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I take notes on my iPad Pro. This past semester of college, the only thing that I used to take notes was my iPad. And honestly, it's the best thing ever. If you're in college or going into college soon, you're searching up all these videos to see if it's like worth getting an iPad. It's worth it. Please get the iPad. You're not gonna regret it. Best purchase for school ever. I don't know about you guys, but I watched all the videos before I went to school and got my iPad. Like, I watched all of them. All of the videos that had anything to do with GoodNotes and Notability, I watched them. It came down to Notability and GoodNotes. I kind of weighed the features of both apps, but overall, GoodNotes just had the capacity to customize far more than Notability. If you're looking for customization and the ability to do whatever you want, then GoodNotes is the note-taking app for you. I would also like to thank Paperlike for partnering with me on this video. I am obsessed with Paperlike. I absolutely love them. I got the Paperlike screen protector and I liked it a lot. Obviously, I was promoting it, so I liked it a lot. Now that I've had an entire semester with the Paperlike screen protector, guys, it is so good. It makes it so much easier and more enjoyable to write on your iPad screen. There's just something about the grip that it gives your Apple Pencil that's far better than what you get on just a regular iPad screen. My school is an Apple distinguished school, so every student has an iPad. Just like looking at the screens of other people's, they're just so much slicker and like greasier because you're like touching with your fingers, which obviously, but like it shows up more. The Apple Pencil on the straight iPad is just not the best experience. If you want the best experience, you gotta get the Paperlike screen protector. I have seen people ask questions about the Paperlike wearing down your Apple Pencil, and it does not. My Apple Pencil is still looking mighty fine. When you order a Paperlike screen protector, it actually comes with 2 screen protectors, so just like keep that in mind. When you're buying one, you're getting 2. What I'm trying to say is that if I've convinced you that you need this Paperlike screen protector, there'll be a link in the description. I absolutely love their products, so if you got an iPad, you might as well make it 10 times better. Let's go ahead and jump on into how to use the GoodNotes app. I'm gonna scoot over so you can see right here my iPad. I do have a what's on my iPad and an iPad unboxing that I'll put in the tag above if you want to check those out. I keep my GoodNotes in the down bar below just because I use it that much. Gotta be front and center. I use it on the daily. When you open the GoodNotes app, at least my app, this is what it looks like. I have my folders and then a few other things that just aren't like organized. They're just kind of out there. There is a search bar, which is amazing. If you've got an open note test and you just like want to search something up really quick, it's great. I have different areas of my life separated into these different tabs. So I have a church folder, a creative folder, lists folder, and school folder. So obviously during the school year, my school folder is used the most. In high school, I was the person who wrote in their planner every single day, like lined out everything they had to do. I just haven't needed to do that because my iPad and GoodNotes is the all-in-one. Inside my school folder, I organize all of my classes into individual folders. So I have Becoming a Knight, Choir, Comp, Institute, which is my religion class, Microecon, and Reason to Self, which is philosophy. I'll just give you a little look around the different things that you can do for different classes that you're taking. So for example, in Becoming a Knight, I just have a bunch of PDFs that I imported from the assignments we were given, and then I was able to just write on the PDF and then turn it in from GoodNotes. Then Bella Voce is my choir class, so I can import the music and then use my different tools to annotate the music. It's really helpful to not have to keep track of like an actual folder or sheets of music. Opening microeconomics, I think this class is a good example of how you can effectively use GoodNotes. So I have this tab full of my homework. I would import the homework from the Canvas app to GoodNotes, and then from there I'd be able to annotate it and finish it and then send it back out. We'll look at homework 2 right here. This is an economics class, and so we did lots of graphing. I don't even know how people do this if they don't have an an iPad, because you just have to write so much and it's so helpful to be able to just like do it. This is also an example of an assignment where customizing your colors and different things is really helpful. Another thing you can do in GoodNotes is import your PowerPoints, which is super helpful. For example, I have this econ PowerPoint. I was able to highlight in here and like write on the actual PowerPoint slides. If you have a class that has this set up with individual lecture slides, then another reason that GoodNotes is awesome, or just a note-taking app and like an iPad in general is awesome, is because you can turn it sideways and open the double view, and then I could go right back into micro econ and then go to like my notes and then be able to follow along on the lecture slides and take notes at the same time. Now I'm gonna jump into my process of like how I take notes during class. If you click quick note, it'll just open it to whatever template is set. So I like to go in and change my template. What I usually take notes on is the square black paper. I just like the black graph paper the most. And then I also use like the tan to-do list. In here you have lots of paper options. I'm pretty sure in Notability that you only have like 3 paper options. I could be wrong, but that's what I recall. This is where you can choose covers, and they also have music paper, which is super cool. Now I'm gonna go through the little top bar up here and kind of show you a preview about how everything works. The first thing over here is this little magnifying thing. It's opening like a line on your paper and allowing you to write neater because it's zoomed in. This is actually called continuous writing because you never have to like zoom in and scroll over. It just kind of automatically does that for you. So you can kind of see this. See, I do Y and then it shows up. And then you start writing on the other side, and you can see right there that it just wrote all of that in a line. That's nice if you're wanting to write neater. Okay, next thing is the pen, and if you click on this, then you'll have a bunch of different options. You can do fountain pen, ball pen, and I'll just kind of show you what these look like. Fountain pen, this is the ball pen, and this is the brush pen. I find myself using the fountain pen the most. Next is eraser, and you can change the sizing here. Then highlighters, that's where all of your customized highlight colors are gonna be. This right here is where you can draw perfect shapes. I didn't realize that they've been doing like the highlighting or whatever's in there, but I think that's really cool and helpful. The lasso tool is the best thing ever. So this is super nice if you write something down. So say I'm like, hey bro, and I want to move it somewhere else, then you can just lasso and change that over. And then if you click resize, you can twist it, you can make it like the title, hey bro. You can change the color, you can copy and then paste, and then you got 2 of them. This is where you can import pictures. It's really handy, especially if you have screenshots of something that you want to add into your notes and annotate it. It's really nice because you can move it around and then like write on it. Dissect. The Final Cut Pro logo. And then kind of the same thing for the camera. You can take a picture. If you have like a paper that you were given and you want to import something, you can take a little picture, use the photo. You can also use text in here, which is super awesome. And then I just figured this out. If you click on this, you can set as default. So if you change the settings and you really like the text that you use and you want to use that every time, then you can just save that as default and it'll be the default text. Another thing is shortcuts. You can see here on my iPad the different controls that are changing when I'm tapping my pen. To double tap on your pen, it switches between the eraser and your pen. I'm drawing and then double tap and then I can erase. Now I'm going to show you how to customize your pens and highlighters and everything. So here's the pen, and then up here are going to be like your 3 recent colors, and when you click on that, it's going to pull up all of your customized ones. So these are all colors that I added to Final Cut Pro. So how you do that is you go to the custom, and then you can click from here and you can click on this and like drag around and save that preset, because that's, if I did that, then it would show up under here. But usually what I like to do, I like to go into good old Pinterest, hex code. Then it's gonna pull up all these cute colors. Pick whichever vibe you're feeling. Here we go. Okay, this hot pink one. Let's do that. EA5, E76. Once you type the correct hex code in here, it's gonna show your little color beside it. To get it in your saved presets, you just click add to presets. If you want to organize them, you can just hold it around and like reorganize. I did that previously where I had all of like the colors color coordinated order. I went through and changed them and was just too lazy to do that again, but you can do that if you want to. Another thing, you can adjust these settings. So I have the settings I usually have these pens at are 3, 5, and then this one is at 1. This is my Reason to Self study session notes. In class, mine don't look this great because usually I'm like just trying to get the notes down. But if I have some time and I'm studying, then usually I'll go into depth. I just would go through the different questions we had on our study guide and answer them and lay them out like this. It's awesome to have all those different colors and be able to customize them because then you just have a lot more control over how things look. You can make it as personalized as you want. As you can see on some of these pages, I imported some pictures, I did text and handwritten. I definitely want to get like an actual groove down. I feel like I know how to take the notes and I can take good notes, but I don't have like an outline, like headers that I really like and everything. So I'm still trying to figure that out. This is an example of bringing in some of those screenshots that I mentioned earlier and then being able to kind of have it all there, both your notes and the lecture slides. This is more of what my notes look like when I'm in class. It's like, you know, not pretty, but if I have the time, then I like to make them look as good as possible. All right, guys, that is all the information I have for you on how I take notes on my iPad. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. It's actually today that we hit 200,000, so I am so grateful. My heart is so full, and yeah, I just love you guys so much. So I'm really excited for this next semester of college. I hope you'll stick around to see how it goes. Thanks again to Paperlike for sponsoring today's video. Like I said, I'll have the link in the description. Also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, then make sure you follow me at Rehl, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.